Smith & Wesson M&P9c Gen 3 Glock 19. Which one to buy? M&P, of course. Okay, let's talk a few reasons why. These are both my pistols, and I have carried both as you see them. This is an Alien Gear holster. This is a GOAT holster, G-O-T-E. That is their phone number. Let me pause it right there. I like this better because of the mesh, and the size of this thing's gigantic. It is huge. Okay, the main reason for choosing an M&P over a Glock is the grip angle. Glocks, you have to, there's your angle, and it is much steeper than most pistols like the M&P. This has a near 1911 grip angle, so it can be adapted to almost any other pistol you pick up, which I prefer. Beyond that, that is my biggest criticism between these two. Sorry for the earthquake there. You have 12 rounds, you have 15 rounds. Both are at just under 31 ounces in those configurations with 124 grain hollow points. Fully loaded, 12 and 15, plus one in each chamber. Now, is that enough? Is 3 rounds going to make a difference to say I need more capacity for the same weight? Well, I am important enough to say that no, it's not actually. It doesn't matter because most states, they have requirements that 10 or more is a bad thing. So for me, that's good enough. 10's good. And reloads, you can choose magazines, you know, finger groove or not. However, the Glock can have a 31 round reload. So that is an advantage to that. I still prefer the metal magazines. They don't have these sharp corners that the polymers tend to have. Right there. See, what's that all about? I don't get it. Somewhere it made sense, I'm sure. However, that might be to prevent it from getting inserted too far into the mag well. A double stacked magazine does not have that problem regardless. Triggers. Well, they're both adequate, not great, probably on the poor spectrum, but they're better than some of the entry-level pistols. If you have a 40 or 45 caliber in either of these, you might experience trigger slap. I experienced that only on the Glock, I have not had a problem with the M&P, so that may be a consideration for the M&P. Serrations are much nicer. I don't like the finger grooves. However, if you look at the indent in the mag well, right above the where the magazine releases, you do get a better, higher grip with the Glock, which is nice. Now both have interchangeable back straps if you have the Gen 4. This is the Gen 3. What else? Magazine release. This is ambi. You can flip it. It's not ambi from the get-go. You just need to switch it around. I do not believe the Glock, well, I know the Gen 3 can. I don't know about the Gen 4. I forget how my 10mm was. One thing I don't like about the polymers is they tend to mushroom up, and this space usually rubs on the slide. You can see it's starting to do that just slightly towards the front. And that just deals with it heating up and cooling down and just changing a little bit. M&P, I suppose, could follow that same issue. There's more material, which is why the M&P is also heavier. Also, the slide is heavier. And I think that's just enough, though, to stop that from happening. It's also a different polymer, I'm sure. What else? Coatings are both adequate. Both keep your parts from rusting. You know, that's about it. We talked holsters. You can get both for either. I'd choose the GOAT if you're looking for an affordable one. I do like the lockable loop for the M&P over the Glock, which does not have one. But they both have hinges, so they're not going to break on you. Any other questions? Any other distinguishers? Sight radius, I think, is overhyped. But if I didn't change out the sights, you can see that front sight post is only about a 1/4 inch difference because the original one only goes to there. So, you can feel there's a round in the chamber with the Glock. The M&P, you have to search visibly through the top. Barrel length, the Glock does have it by a 1/4 inch, which does increase higher velocity, which I'll give you as a good advantage on these 3-inch or more barrels. I run the 124 grain spear, not in this mag obviously, plus P with the short barrel load. The reason why I don't have it in this magazine or actually I do have in this magazine, because I ran out. They are hard to find, so get what you can. Put some good hollow points in there, and buy either one. But I say buy the M&P for the reasons we just talked about. They are just about the same width. I think the Glock does win just slightly. The looks is personal. I prefer the M&P, but both are kind of eh. The slide serrations do make it look kind of cool. And that slide cut doesn't make it look all futuristic. But the indent here does help to reholster ever so slightly, not major. You do have a standard rail, which is also nice. Okay, go out and buy yourself an M&P9c.